Alright, this is going to be a very short video, and I have to whisper because people are sleeping. This is the Michael Myers fanatic back with a random video. And I basically want to say that Hollywood needs to stop messing with the formula of movies. Because yesterday I noticed something. Every time they say they want to try something different, they end up screwing up the franchise. Look at Halloween. They said they wanted to try something different. So what did they do? They ignored 4 through 6, and that ruined the timeline. And then what did that do? That forced them to make a remake. And then what did the remake do? The remake failed in box offices. So then that forced them to make Halloween Returns. And then what happened to Halloween Returns? Halloween Returns got canceled. All because they said, I know, let's ignore 4 through 6. See what that did? Now Halloween's dead. Or at least on life support. Don't mess with the formula. I want to quote a fictional character from a favorite comedy of mine. It's called King of Queens. His name is Doug Heffernan. He said, whatever you do, don't screw with the formula. And that's what they've done. Now we don't have Halloween anymore because they screwed with the formula. Now there is no more Halloween. And by the way, for those of you that are looking forward to the interview, we'll try to do it as soon as we can. Skype crashed, so I'm really sorry about that. Getting back to the video. Another franchise that I liked a lot was Wishmaster. Now, Andrew Divoff was excellent as the Djinn. He did a really good job. Now, I don't care who plays the Djinn as long as they do it the right way, but Andrew was my favorite one. But I saw him in an interview, and he said the reason why he didn't do Wishmaster 3 is because they wouldn't let him use his ideas that he had for it. So he basically said, forget this, I'm out of here. And why is that? Because they wanted to quote-unquote do something different. So Andrew Divoff left. He left the series. And then if that wasn't bad enough, they said, oh, I know, let's say it's not even the same Djinn. It's a different Djinn. But that's not what it says on Wikipedia. On Wikipedia it says, for the 3rd time, the evil Wishmaster returns. It doesn't say another Djinn is back. And if you check the box on Wishmaster 4, it says he's back. Not it's back. Or another Djinn is back. It says he's back. He being a specific person. It's the same Djinn. The reason why they're saying it's not the same Djinn is because they know they messed things up with Andrew Divoff. And why? Because they wanted to quote-unquote try something different. There's another franchise they screwed up. Moving on. Friday the 13th. Jason body hopping? I mean, yeah, it's kinda cool, but why did he need the body hop? Why couldn't he just be Jason and Jason Goes to Hell? And then they're gonna say, well, Sean Cunningham said get the hockey mask out of the movie. Look, I don't care what he said. If he didn't want to come back to do it, why can't you just get someone else to come back and do Jason Goes to Hell? Why couldn't it just be regular Jason? What was wrong with him? Nothing at all. There was nothing wrong with Jason. Now we got this little worm demon thing. That's retarded. There was nothing wrong with Jason at all. It could have just been regular Jason and Jason Goes to Hell. He could have just been killing people, and then suddenly Creighton Duke finds a way to send him to hell. See? End of story. But no, you had to quote unquote do something different, and what did that do? Screwed up the Jason timeline. Now we have Jason X. Everyone hated that. People liked Freddy vs. Jason. But Friday the 13th, 2009, that's basically a hit and a miss. And now when they tried to do Friday the 13th Part 2, that's basically in development hell. They have the Friday the 13th TV show coming to the CW, so I guess that's not that bad. But then again, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, because it's not on TV yet. So, that's another franchise they screwed up. Hey, but you're doing a good job trying different things. Good for you, Hollywood. Just keep screwing up those legendary horror franchises, right? Trying your different things. Let's do a recap real quick. With Halloween, they said, let's ignore 4 through 6. So then that caused them to make Rob Zombie's Halloween. So then that caused them to make Halloween Returns. Halloween Returns got canceled. So great job. Then we're going to talk about Wishmaster. Well, they wouldn't let Andrew Divoff do what he wanted to do, even though he was the best thing for this series. So he basically said, F you, I'm out of here. And now they had to pull something out of their butt and say, oh, hey, I got an idea. Let's just say it's a different Djinn. Even though it's not, it's the same exact one, just portrayed by a different actor. But you had to say something because Andrew wasn't there anymore. Good for you. Let's go to Friday the 13th and do a quick recap. Jason body hopping. Yes. Yeah, that ought to get the audience in the seats. Everyone hates that movie. And why? Because you wanted to quote unquote do something different. And then you had to go and make that stupid 2009 reboot. And if that was so great, why isn't there a sequel to it yet? It was 7 years ago. Oh boy, Leprechaun. You had to go and make 5 and 6 be totally racist, with the Leprechaun going to the hood and smoking weed with black people. Yeah, as if white people don't smoke weed. No, there's nothing offensive about that at all. You know, because you wanted to do something different. Keep screwing with the formula. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4 were great movies, but you wanted to do something different. So you basically made the Leprechaun kill a bunch of black people. Yeah, there's nothing offensive about that. And now you've been forced to reboot the series, Leprechaun Origins. But nobody liked the reboot, so I imagine that the Leprechaun series is going to go into development hell, or just lay there and die. That's real good, Hollywood. Real good. Now, the Terminator series. I liked 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 was a little annoying. Catherine Brewster was slightly annoying, but you know, still tolerable. She was a little bit better in Part 4. But because you wanted to do something different with Part 4, and you couldn't just wait until Arnold came out of office from being governor, you had to make a Terminator movie without him. Nobody liked it because he wasn't in it, and then that forced you to make Terminator Genesys, and nobody liked that either. So now they have to do something completely different with it. In case you don't get it, why can't you just leave the films alone? Leave them the way they were. The fictional character that I quoted in the beginning, Doug Heffernan, said it best. Pepsi used to be great, but now it's just syrupy piss water. And why? Because they just kept messing with it. They wouldn't leave Pepsi alone, and now it sucks. He's right, because I used to love Pepsi back in the day. I used to take my Skittles, dump them in the Pepsi, drink the Pepsi, and then eat the Skittles. But now, like he said, Pepsi sucks, because they just kept screwing with it. Same thing with these franchises. They just wouldn't stop till they messed them up, because they wanted to do something different. And now look, we don't have Halloween anymore. We don't have Wishmaster anymore. We don't have Friday the 13th anymore. We don't have Leprechaun anymore. And we don't have Terminator anymore. Why? Because they wanted to do something different. Different can be good, but for the most part, I like to just leave things the way they are. That's just me. You screwed with the formula. Now we don't have any more movies except Chucky. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go messing with that one next, and then it will be gone. Have a good day or night, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Don't screw with the formula. Let Pepsi be Pepsi again, and let's not make it be syrupy piss water. I'll see you guys later.